Hello guys, how are you today? I'm Zach Salgueiro and I'm your English teacher. Today we are finishing the conditional classes and we are going to jump on the mixed conditional and its inversions, okay? Do not worry, they're not that big deal. Let's jump into it. Mixed conditionals. Okay, mixing the second and the third conditionals. I can write a sentence with the if clause of the second conditional and the result clause of the third conditional. It is used to make assumptions about a past situation affected by a condition in the present. Example: if I spoke French, I would have written a letter to Sorbonne. In this case, she doesn't speak French. That's why she didn't write a letter to the university. But if she spoke French, she could have written the letter. Got it? And I can mix the third with the second conditionals. We can write a sentence with the if clause of the third conditional and the result clause of the second conditional. It is used to make assumptions about a present situation that is not possible because the condition in the past did not happen. Example: if you had listened to me, you wouldn't be angry right now. But he didn't listen to her and he's angry right now. And if you had listened to me, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. She didn't listen to him either, and that's why she's yelling right now. Alright, now let's talk about inversions. You know that we can replace if for other adverbs or prepositions, right? Okay, but what about other modal verbs? Let's take a look, okay? And don't forget, all the inversions on these conditional sentences are made on the if clause, okay? Let's go.
Although I am not opposed to engaging in a bit of fisticuffs should the occasion arise.
Although I'm not opposed, blah, 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 should the occasion arise. Here, she replaces if by should. It's a more formal way to speak. And it's called an inversion because we use should plus subject plus verb. Writing the sentence using if, we have: although I'm not blah blah blah, if the occasion arises. Attention to the difference of the verbs on both clauses. After should, the verb is written in the base form, arise. But after if, the verb follows the rules of the present simple, arises.
Should you desire, I can provide character references.
Should you desire? This part is just to show you that there is no problem in using the inversion with should and another modal verb in the result clause, in this case, can. If you desire, I can provide character references. Okay? Let's go.
I'll trust you to know what awaits you should you fail.
I'll trust you to know blah 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 should you fail. As we did in the zero conditional, we can use should to replace if in the first conditional. It is also a formal way to speak. Actually, all the inversions are more formal. Keep that in mind. The ordinary way to speak the sentence is: I'll trust you to know what awaits you if you fail.
Were I not king, I would make you pay with your life for what you've said.
Inversion of second conditional. Attention to the past simple, using the verb to be. Were I not king, I would make you pay with your life for what you've said. Notice that he uses were to replace if. And it is were no matter which subject is used. The inversion is were plus subject. No more verbs because the sentence is just with the verb to be. Using if, we have: if I weren't king, blah blah blah. And that's a negative sentence. If it was an affirmative one, it would be if I were king, and so on and so forth.
Were you to hear it, your mind would cave in and your heart would explode within your chest.
Inversion of second conditional, using other verbs. Were you to hear it, your mind would cave. We use were plus subject plus the infinitive, to plus verb. The informal way to speak this sentence is: if you heard it, your mind would cave. Verb in past simple. Remember? Second conditional.
Had I moved an inch to the left, the beast would have killed me.
Had I moved an inch to the left. We change if for had, and we have the inversion had plus subject plus verb in the past participle. In the formal speaking, we have if I had moved an inch to the left, the beast would have killed me. This is an inversion of the third conditional. Okay, basic structure of the inversions. All the inversions are made in the if clause. Should plus subject plus verb of action, 0 and first conditional. Were plus subject, second conditional with to be. Were plus subject plus infinitive, to plus verb, second conditional with other verbs. Had plus subject plus verb in the past participle, third conditional. And let's practice, because practice blah blah blah, you know everything I'm about to say, right? But remember, you can pause the video, you can go back anytime you want, you can check other conditional lessons, do everything you want, but try to do those exercises very calmly and in your time. Alright? Let's practice. Rewrite the conditionals using the appropriate inversion for each one of them. Pause the video for a moment and try to do the exercise. Remember, you can go back in the video anytime to check the content and clarify any doubts. Alright? Let's do this. Letter A. If you want to come today, give us a call. Zero conditional. So, should you want to come today, give us a call. Letter B. I will provide what he needs if he desires. First conditional. I will provide what he needs should he desire. Attention to the verb in the base form. Letter C. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. Second conditional, right? With verb to be. So, were I you, I wouldn't do that. Attention to the structure. Letter D. We could be friends again if we apologized. Second conditional with other verbs. We could be friends again were we to apologize. Were plus infinitive. And letter E. If we had gone home yesterday, we wouldn't have met. Third conditional. So we have, had we gone home yesterday, we wouldn't have met. Had plus subject plus the verb in the past participle. Beautiful. This is a question from César Gran Rio 2019. Let's read the question together, shall we? Which is the correct sentence? Letter A. Had Mary lived in England, she would have learned to speak English well. B. Jessica arrived sooner if she had a car. C. If I was you, I wouldn't go to the party tonight. D. Rebecca had married Bill, she would have inherited his fortune when he passed away. And E. If Mary wears that miniskirt, she would be expelled from college. Pause the video for a minute and try to do it. Go back in the video a little bit if you need to. Then you can come back here and we do this together. Alright, the right answer is letter A because it's an inversion of the third conditional. Congratulations! Okay guys, thank you for today. This is the end of all conditional classes, alright? Don't forget to check all of them. Thank you very much. I'm Zeca Salgueiro. Bye bye people.